before, we used what we call direct substitution. So that is an example where they tell you f of x is equal to 2x to the fourth minus 8x squared plus 5x minus 7. And they want you to find when x is equal to 3. First of all, what's the degree of that polynomial? Fourth degree leading coefficient? 2. Constant. Good. If they told you this through direct substitution, what you did before is you just directly replaced the x value. Once I replace the x value, I have to do order of operations. So you would have to take the 3 to the 4th power. That would give you 81 times by 2 gives me 162. Minus 3 squared is 9 times 8 gives me 72. Plus 15 minus 7. Subtract it all out. And you would get 98. But then we have something called synthetic division, which says, you know, this is kind of obnoxious because I have to do those powers and then I have to multiply, numbers get kind of big and kind of crazy, I can make a mistake, I don't really like that. So synthetic division, the setup for that is to do an upside down division box. The number that goes on the outside here is whatever x was equal to. On the inside, you do the coefficients, but you cannot skip exponents on the x's. In other words, if I go x to the 5th, I better have x to the 5th, x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x, and then no x. You have to go all the way down. You can't skip anything at all. Whenever we move this way, we're going to be talking about multiplying. And whenever we move this way, we're going to be talking about adding. So that's kind of the setup, and then I'll show you how to specifically set this kind up. So make sure you copy that down, and then I need to erase my setup so that I can actually do something. Are we good now? Looking at my problem, do I skip an exponent? Yeah, I skip x to the 3rd. So I start x to the 4th. If I start with 4, the next one should be x cubed. It's not. So right here, we're skipping x to the 3rd. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If I skipped x to the 3rd, when I do my coefficients, I'm going to do a 2. You don't need to bring the x's down, so just 2. The one that you skip, I need a 0 for a place filler. And then I go to the square, so that comes next, -8, and then 5, and then -7. So I don't skip anything after x cubed. Good so far? If you don't do the 0 place filler, there is nothing in synthetic division that tells you you did something wrong. In other words, you won't catch your mistake, you'll just miss your problem, which kind of sucks. Okay? So you need to make sure that you go back and double check that you're not missing anything. Outside number, I'm trying to find x equals 3. So 3 goes on the outside. Good so far? All right, first step, we are going to bring down the 2. At this point, what I want you to do is put your pencils down, and I want you to watch me for the first couple. And then I'll pause, I'll let you write it down really quick, and then we'll finish it. The main reason, because it happens really quick, and I don't want to lose you in the middle. Okay? All right, so remember, if we travel this way, we multiply. 3 times 2. That goes underneath. 0 plus 6. 3 times 6. Negative 8 plus 18. Go ahead, write those down. And then we can go ahead and continue from there. 3 times 10 plus 5. 3 times 35 is going to give me 105. Plus a negative 7 is going to give me 98. What do you notice? That is your answer right there. In other words, if you don't want to do direct substitution, you can do synthetic. And this answer in the back is what you would have gotten if you would have plugged in 3. Kind of slick. Okay? Now, a couple of cautions. Be careful on the 0. Like I said, if you don't catch that, there's nothing to tell you did it wrong. Another caution, it's easy to make a sign and a multiplication and an addition error in synthetic division because you kind of get in the mood of like multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, and you start going quicker, right? And the faster that we go, the more likely we're going to make an error. Okay, so be careful, take it slow as you go through. Yes? I skipped x to the 3rd. So I went x to the 4th, and then you went x squared.
Oh.
Because I skipped x to the 3rd, I needed a 0 place filler for that value. Okay? Any other questions with that? All right, so let me get these out, and then we'll go over your homework requirements, things like that.
Where did you get the 0?
You skipped x to the 3rd, so you went x4, x2. Since you skipped x to the 3rd, you have to put a 0 to represent it. So that you go 4, 3, 2, 1, constant.
Okay.
You cannot skip any exponents at all.